this Friday, I caught a 15.77 hour move with just one setup and two trades. The moment I opened the chart, I knew price was being drawn to supply, and everything that followed lined up perfectly. But the twist was a valid demand was forming with hidden breakout structure and imbalance and the sneaky liquidity build-up. Let me break down exactly how I spotted it early. First thing we will do is state the obvious. As you can see on the chart, after price fall for some time, there is this little area with few rangy candles, a pause in the market, then impulsive move afterwards, indicating that this little area is an area of interest. We call it a supply zone. In this case, as you can see, we don't really need a break of structure. We can consider this small wick as break of structure. If you look to the left, you will not see any swing lows broken. What we need now is to collect confluences. As soon as I opened the chart, the first thing I did was mark the imbalances. As you can see here, all this is an imbalance before mitigating the supply. We also have a fixed supply over here, as you can see. Let me mark it for you. We can call this one fake. After taking out the early sellers, as you can see here, let me turn off the indicator. You will see clearly the supply was liquidated. Price was creating a demand. Let me show you. At first, I considered this as a build-up of liquidity for the to mitigate the supply. As you can see, price was building up like this, building lots of liquidity. Also, inducing, this is an inducement. As you can see, this is an inducement of this build up of liquidity of trend line, inducing into mitigation of what? Into mitigation a demand zone over here. Let me zoom in so you can understand it better. We have here lower low, then lower high. Price went low again. This time failed to break this low, so it becomes a higher low, and this is our new high, higher high, and this is our higher low. As soon as I saw the mitigation of this demand, I marked its own build-up of liquidity. As you can see, this is a build-up of liquidity to mitigate this demand. Let me replicate the trend line. Now, let's look at my entries. But before we look at the entry, most traders are making the same three mistakes that keep them from seeing weeks like my 36.99 RR breakout. I put together a free PDF showing exactly how I caught every single one of those trades with real Telegram screenshots proving I called them before the moves happened. The link is down below in this video. Grab it right now and stop repeating those mistakes in your next trade. Now let's go to 1 minute so I can show you how I entered. The first entry was the hardest one. There was no swing highs. You would expect something like this: low, lower high, then mitigation, then change of character. Price comes back to mitigate your point of interest on lower time frame or demand, then it goes. This is the typical entry I would use, but this time I used a different approach. Instead of swing high, I used the last candle that caused this mitigation on our higher time frame point of interest, which is this candle. After breaking this candle or change of character happened on this last candle that caused the mitigation, I immediately set limit order on this candle. As you can see, this is a demand candle with an imbalance. My stop loss was just 3 bips. I didn't even cover the low, as you can see. On the second trade, actually, this one was simpler. I just went to 3 minutes. So before I go to 3 minutes, let me show you. You have here, as you can see, a point of interest, another demand here. How do you know which one will be mitigated or which one will be invalidated? Simply by just going to 3 minutes, the confusion is like runs away. As you can see, this demand was covered. As you can see, it doesn't have any imbalance because this candle covered the imbalance that relates to this demand. So our higher probability demand was this one. Break structure happened here. This demand was the last candle before impulsive move, leaving behind imbalances, so price comes back to mitigate those imbalances before going up. My take profit was this supply. As you can see, I would have left with higher RR, but unfortunately, I would lose 15 hours for just 4 hours because price can come back and hit my break even a loss. Anyways, that's it. If you have any questions, just comment down below.